Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Spirit review today. It's a Sunday and I did say in my last video I would be doing a spirit review. I've had a very good day today. Been off, been to the cinema. It's been a great little day. It's now the evening. I'm going to have a cigar. That cigar I will be reviewing. It will be up on the channel on Tuesday as normal. But I want a little dram with it. A little bit of whiskey with it. And so I've pulled out the last of a good bottle that I have, a very nice bottle that I have, and we're going to review it today, because I'm going to be drinking the last of it, so I thought I might as well, before I get rid of it, do a review. So this here is Klichoman Sanaig, I believe it's pronounced. Here is the bottle. You can see there's only probably a dram left in there, maybe even less than that. I've had this bottle for about 2.5, 3 months. I drank most of it in about a month and a half, and then was like, well, I need to slow down. This is peated whiskey. It's from Islay. Klichoman is the distillery. They do a pretty big range of whiskey, and they're pretty well known for having. They use a lot of Islay products in their Islay barley, Islay peat, stuff like that in the making of their whiskey. The Sanaig is their sherry cask. So this is 30% bourbon casks and 70% Oloroso sherry. Bottled at 46%, non-chill filtered. So that is the colour, the natural colour of it, which makes sense with it being a sherry cask whiskey. This is very nice stuff. As you can tell by the amount I've drank out of this bottle, it is really, really good stuff. So we've got our Glencairn here, and we are going to pour ourselves a nice little dram, and I'm gonna give you a nose, give you a taste, and I'm going to be sipping it while I have my cigar. I won't be telling you what the cigar is. That video will be coming out on Tuesday. There'll probably be a short on Monday, maybe on Sunday night. Teasing what the cigar is. So, no pop. No pop. Very sad. So, got our Glencairn, got our Klichoman. Let's give it a pour. How much is left in here? Not a lot. Literally one glass. It is sad. It's always sad finishing a bottle. This bottle, I believe, costs, I want to say £62, around that. We can have a look. We can have a look online. I've poured that. I'm going to let that sit. I'm going to move the bottle off to one side. And by off to one side, I mean on the floor next to me, because I've got nowhere to put it right now. And I'm going to let that sit and breathe for a second. You don't really need to let whiskey breathe. I think the first bit, it's nice to. But you don't have to. And let's have a look. Klichoman Sanaig. So there is a cask strength version that I believe is quite new that they've released. That's 57.8%. I will probably want to pick up a bottle of that. £52. I thought it's close to 60 in some places, but Master of Malt, £51.95. And I think that is a really good price for a premium whiskey. Beautiful whiskey. It's beautiful whiskey. We'll get into it. So you can see the colour there. It's a nice amber colour. Let's give it a little nose. Smells beautiful. A really nice mix of ripe fruit and dried fruit. I get plum. I get a little bit of cherry, not a lot, but I like dried cherries. Plum, dried cherries, bit of baking spice. But then there's this really nice kind of light smoke, and a bit of a saltiness to this as well. A smokiness and a bit of a saltiness. It's not an Ardbeg type of peatiness, and it's not a medicinal TCP kind of peatiness. The best thing I can relate this to out of the Islay that I have tried personally is Lagavulin. I think it's that kind of much more subtle, rounded smokiness that's got a bit of both, bit of the meaty, bit of the medicinal, but then it's encapsulated by this big, fruity, decadent palate. Yeah, plum, bacon spices, a bit of green apple, fresh green apple, a bit of salt, a bit of smoke. Smells beautiful. Let's get it down us. Let's get a sip. First sip. It's lovely. It's so good. On the first sip, I get kind of a salty, brine peatiness. But then that's followed by this beautiful, spicy flavour, kind of bacon spices on plums and on dried strawberry, dried blackcurrant, dried cherry. The finish is long. It's dense and rich. Beautiful, developing flavour. I'm no expert on spirits, no expert on whiskey. I make myself quite known that I'm not an expert on anything. I just drink a lot. I just drink a lot of different stuff and I smoke a lot of different stuff. This is up there for me, top 3 whiskies I've ever had. I like a peated whiskey, I like an Islay whiskey. I'm not always reaching for one. I'm not always picking an Islay off the shelf. And generally when I am picking an Islay, it's because I'm in a very good mood and I want something nice to finish off a night, which is what I'm doing. I'm going to be pairing this with a cigar, so I don't want to be drinking too much of it here. But I will go in for a third sip and just give you some final tasting notes, and I'll give you a review score. That apple comes through, you know. That apple is on there on the palate. That fresh apple. Fresh apple, bacon spices, dried plum. Not fresh plum, dried plum. Kind of a denser, richer plum. No, stewed plum is what I mean, not dried. Stewed plum, like cooked. Imagine cooking plums and apples together and putting like nutmeg and cinnamon on them. And then that's encapsulated by a front end of salty, briny peat and a back end of smoky, slightly meaty, savoury peat. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful drink. It is, again, a top 3 peated whiskey for me. If you don't like peated whiskey, I think you're going to go into this, you're going to probably pick this up and go, oh, this is too peaty, because it is quite a peaty whiskey. Can I find the ppm? 50 ppm, which is, you know, it's quite a high ppm. For reference, what's Ardbeg 10's ppm? So Ardbeg 10 has the same 50 ppm. So an Ardbeg's very peaty. You know, an Ardbeg 10 has a very peaty whiskey. You know, this is up there. I think for the price, £52, you're only looking at £10 more than most big name bottles of peated Scotch. You know, £10 more than an Ardbeg 10. It's cheaper than an Ugadal, and I love Ugadal, and that's probably the best thing to compare this to, probably, because it's a sherried peated whiskey. Is the Ugadal. I've not had Ugadal in a few years. Ugadal's about £10 more. It's about 60 to £70. Really good bottle. Amazing sherry cask. Peated Scotch. But this is cheaper. It's like £10 to £20 cheaper. And it is, in my opinion, just as good as the Ugadal. As much as I like the Ugadal. Yeah, just wonderful. For me, that is a 9 out of 10 whiskey. You know, I can't give it a 10 out of 10 because I think there are some whiskies that a 10 out of 10 whiskey for me is something that I try and then I keep the bottle on the side and I have very little of it, very, very little. But no, wonderful, wonderful whiskey, a 9 out of 10 for me. If you can get a bottle, get a bottle. If you can get a little bottle, I think they do 20 centilitre bottles of Klichoman. I know they definitely do their Macchia Bay in a 20 centilitre bottle. I don't know if they do other sizes, but wonderful, wonderful whiskey. Try and get some. Try and find a bar that sells some. Try it. I think even if you kind of if you don't hate peated Scotch, but it's not your favourite, give that a try. If you can stomach the stuff, if you like peated Scotch, because I think you'll go, it's good peated Scotch. Anyway, I will see everyone later. Nice quick video today. There will be a video out on Tuesday with the cigar that I'm going to be smoking now with my Ugadal. And it's going to be a lovely little video. And I hope it'll be a lovely cigar. As always, stay smoky, folks. Like and subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll see you later.